We interrupt our programming to bring you the following special report.
The Ryan Report.
Whatever opinion they had ain't gonna change nothing I'm doing.
What was the story he told? Because I was there.
It's time for the Ryan Report.
It's like Jay-Z, all eyes on us.
On the People Station, V103.
It is your Ryan Report right here on the People Station, V103. It's been brought to you by
McDonald's Black History Month, Nuggets of Knowledge. Visit nuggetsofknowledgeatl.com to win $500 cash and other prizes from McDonald's.
All right. Toya Wright making the rounds. She started off with an interview with Nicole Bitchie, and then she ended up on the couch with Wendy Williams for her reality show segment. And just like you and I talked about, it was a really candid interview.
I know, right?
Yeah.
And she looked great.
She did look great.
So pretty.
They talked about the Sweet 16. They brought out Reginae.
I know.
And then, of course, they talked about Lil Wayne. They talked about Memphis Hits. And she says, yeah, that whole thing about going on a reality show and trying to be married caused a lot of difficulty in the marriage, especially if you're a record executive and all of a sudden you're a reality show star. No, people don't like that.
I know.
She also said this, that she's got a new book, and it's also based on all the trouble that she has had with Memphis Hits.
I mean, you see he's acting out on Instagram. How he chooses to deal with his stuff is how he chooses to. How I choose to deal with mine is different. I'm hurt, too. I decided to write a book called How to Lose a Husband.
How to Lose a Husband.
Yeah, that wasn't good.
Yeah.
And so my thing is, everybody can't deal with that. You said something that was so important when the story first broke.
Yeah.
When you were like, he just want his wife. He just want a regular marriage. He just want to live, under the radar. He didn't want to, do a whole lot. But he did want to be on the TV show
Love and Hip Hop.
Love and Hip Hop, so he can come back on K. Michelle.
Yeah.
But Toya was like, that's not my life. It's not what I want to do.
And she
said,
I
think that was a problem for both of them.
Yeah, she said that Mona Sky had asked him, and she said, no, I'm not trying to do that.
Exactly.
Because that was his way of being able to answer back.
Exactly.
But, I mean, we see this over and over again. We got more and more reality stars who are trying to be married and be on TV at the same time.
I know.
Even some stuff coming out about, Candy and Todd saying that maybe now, looking back on it, she wishes she wouldn't have shared so much about her marriage, because all you see is the cut, the edits, and then everybody goes in on what they think you should be doing. And it's got to affect you.
I know.
It's got to affect you.
She was like, her and Todd, they aren't having sex like they should. It's just not good.
They're not having sex.
She said once a week, and it's just not good.
The sex ain't good?
She says it's not good between the two of them.
Oh, the relationship.
The relationship is once a week.
Wow.
And so, they're trying to work on it, but she was like, this could lead to divorce. I'm like, oh, my God.
See, we talk about all the time.
Yeah, why are you on this reality show?
One successful reality show marriage that starts off with people being newlyweds. It always ends up as a recipe for disaster.
That's right.
All right, Nicki Minaj has a very sad situation going on. One of her roadies was stabbed to death Tuesday night in Philadelphia. According to Nicki herself, she says that 2 members of her crew were stabbed. One lived. The rapper says the guys were in Philly for 2 days rehearsing for her upcoming tour with Meek Mill, who, of course, is from Philadelphia. The person who died was by a guy by the name of Devon Pickett, who was a stagehand. Another person stabbed, Eric Parker, survived the incident, but he's in critical condition in the hospital. She tweeted a link to the story about a stabbing that occurred at the Shea Bar and Grill in Philadelphia, where they say an ex-employee who had just gotten fired got into a fight that went outside of the establishment, and then they got stabbed. He is still being sought after.
Oh, my goodness.
That is really, really, really a sad story. All right?
All right.
And that is your Ryan Report right now on the People Station. It is a Situations Thursday.
Going up.
V103.
And if you don't know, now you know.
The Ryan Report. The Ryan Report. V103.